Good afternoon, everyone, and good morning if you're outside Europe at different time schedules. And thank you for joining me and Rina for the roundtable. So it means a lot to me and to also because it's a very essential topic, especially for the situation. So for talking about health and freelancing, I have Luna with me. So Luna, I let you introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, everyone. It's really nice to see new faces and new names because sometimes when we engage with colleagues, it turns to be the same circle. So it's really nice. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thanks for the Acolad community for having me. So I'm an English to French translator. I specialize in the art world. So I work mostly with galleries and museums. And even before the last year hit, I was I had to really think about how I was organizing myself as a freelancer because I'm a bit of a rebel. So I had to put some systems in place so everything I would just end up procrastinating all the time. And this started my interest and love for self-care and time management and all of those nice things to keep us healthy and always work at our best.
Okay, good. So you wrote the ebook on self-care and mindfulness, and I shared it with community in your newsletter. I wondered what led you to dedicate an ebook to self-care and mindfulness to freelancers.
So it started with last year in April, actually. So exactly 1 year ago, I was a speaker at the BP conference, the translation conference. I'm sure a lot of you know about it. And this was my topic. I decided to speak about self-care because I feel like it's a topic that I can dive deep into. And I knew that it would help my colleagues. And then it was at the same time that the pandemic struck. So I decided to build this ebook because for a lot of people, self-care is considered something that is maybe selfish or that is some hippie stuff. So I wanted to put a guide because we like rules, we like systems. So I wanted to put put together a small guide with easy and accessible exercises that everyone can implement to make our lives a little bit better, because why not? If you get stressed by something in particular, it's down to you to change it, and if we realize that we have this power over ourselves, I think it's very empowering. So this is how I made it in the first place. It was only for this conference. And then afterwards, I had a few people coming to me with feedback, and I ended up talking about this topic 4 or 5 times last year. So I realized that it was very needed and that people were really resonating with what I was going to say. And yeah, that's it. Basically, this is the story of this little ebook, and I'm so glad that you made it available. And all of you in the audience, if you don't have it, you can go and download it. We'll share the link, I'm sure.
Yes, exactly. So it's an ebook. There are tips for having a gratitude journal. So what are your best advice to keep writing and not losing the habit of writing about what made things great today or last week?
Gratitude. Yeah, so in this ebook, there are lots of different little techniques. Obviously, there's let's say the thing that scares people the most, or that people think that is the most hippie, is meditation and mindfulness. But there are also very more, let's say, practical advice for the people who think that this is just not for them. So just take a look and don't be alerted by all those potentially scary words. But one of the techniques that I outline is gratitude journaling, which is to write every day a little thing that you're grateful for. So that's the basic of it. There are different techniques about it and different prompts you can write about, and it's quite nice to first of all, have a journal again, because sometimes we have one when we were children, but we don't really use it anymore. So, and I guess my best tip to keep doing it, I think it's a really good point that you're bringing it up, because I've actually not been writing my gratitude journaling for about 3 months. You know, it happens. And this is what I always tell people is like, if you try to stick to something and then it lasts for a few months and then you drop it and then you find something else, it's totally fine. You know, we don't, this is not the type of activity that needs to be on top of everything you already have on your plate. It really has to be something that makes you feel good. If it doesn't feel good anymore, drop it, try it something else, mix and match, and just like really do your own like recipe for wellness. So that's my advice. But for gratitude journaling, I think the best is to set a particular time. So for example, I used to write a little bit in the morning and a little bit in the evening. So it's that nice little middle phase between you like going to bed and then waking up into the world, and then the other way around. So like before you go to bed, you write about something amazing that happened today. And for some, it's true that once you put your pen down, you think about that thing that you just wrote about, you sort of forget if you were like overthinking about something, or like you've switched your mind to a different mindset. And it's not just something you do, you know, just like that. It actually scientifically rewires your brain to think more positively about something, to be more creative about your solution finding. It switches your mindset, and I think this is a very, very good exercise. So it's not just mental and all in your head and whatever. It has scientific benefits. That's also at the end of the ebook. I also point out a few studies if you want to have a look that goes deeper into the lifelong health benefits that you can derive from such a practice.
That's brilliant. So I'm talking to our guest now. Do you have a gratitude journal, even if it's a little one? Do you note every day, or sometimes things that made you happy or unhappy, or do you write a journal or a diary? For example, Alyssa, do you have one? We can't hear you, Alyssa. Oh, yeah.
I had deactivated the microphone, of course. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
No, I have no journal to write down my thoughts, but I think it would be a good idea, at least in this period with many negative aspects. It could be a nice piece of advice just to write down something positive happening during the day.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No problem about the microphone. So no problem. Okay. What about the others? Martin, do you have one?
Actually, no. The thing is, okay, if I start writing, then I start scratching and rewriting and editing, and
really this is something that a lot of people actually tell me as well. They tend, also as translators, we tend to always try to polish everything and to perfect everything. Exactly. But this is the type of a journal that you don't care about your handwriting, you don't care about grammar anymore. This says like you just leave that out of the door, and you're not going to show it to anyone. So it's really just for you with no judgment whatsoever. So that's quite important to keep in mind. Otherwise, then your translator mind comes into play, and that's not what we want.
It's like intuitive writing, actually.
Yeah, let it flow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let it flow, like creative writing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the root of creative writing. Yeah. Okay. So we talked about your ebook. I was wondering, Luna, since the beginning of the pandemic, how do you cope with the situation?
I think as freelancers, we are quite okay with staying at home, having a home office. I think we were quite fortunate because a lot of us are accustomed to being sometimes even quite isolated in our work. This is the way we work. But what would be my first? Let me think.
Yeah, because you're accustomed to home office, but the pandemic had an impact on other levels in our lives, not only about work. So I was wondering if it changed something, if it changed something in your practice or outside practice.
Mm-hmm. Well, just trying to find your community actually was the most important thing. So talking to other freelancers, or just like we're doing today, I think it really helped to, before the pandemics, I was quite, let's say, I didn't really like to go on Skype or on Zoom or having a video call with even friends. It was something like a bit like daunting for me because we're already always in front of a screen. But with this, we started to have dinners over Skype with friends and like staying, for example, in the virtual space for hours with just a screen. So I think this helped me cope a lot. Finding your community, and obviously I have the mindfulness tips and the things I implement, and I think what really makes a difference for me on a day-to-day basis, and this really worked for me during the pandemic, meaning that I wasn't completely thrown off base by it, was really to be in the present moment, meaning that when you start overthinking, when you're like really assailed by all the negativity around you, it really helps to ground yourself. And this is really like an easy thing to do. It's like whatever activity that is usually a means to an end. Let's say, for example, walking up the stairs in your apartment, washing your hands, because we're doing it a lot at the moment. So washing your hands, doing the washing, all of these things that we are normally always still caught up in our minds, you bring your awareness to what you're doing. So if you're washing your hands, you feel the temperature of the water, how it feels, the smells of your soap, the smell after of your, and the feel of your kitchen towel afterwards. And all of these things means that you are not in the future, not in the past, you're really just right there. And this gives a few moments of rest to your mind, and it's really, really refreshing. We don't do it as often as we should, but I think, yeah, this would be the best tip.
Okay. Okay. So we are talking about techniques for mindfulness, meditation. What techniques are you practicing the most in your daily life?
Right now, I'm practicing so the present moment thing. I try to implement it quite a lot. Even if I'm walking, I try to think about the pressure of the ground on my feet more than trying to, elaborate and get caught in my thoughts. I do yoga as well, and I play with my cat. Because this is like pure, like being in the moment, playfulness. Oh, yeah, this is a good one as well. Like bringing more playfulness into your daily life. This is also quite nice. You can do that by just like, watching a comedy if you are feeling down, like taking control of your emotions basically, and trying to add a little more play to your daily life. That's also what I do. But I do a mixture of everything. I don't really like either to get stuck too much onto like one thing and put too much, commitment into one particular thing. It's usually just a mixture. And once you start like tasting a lot of those techniques anyway, they become part of what you do on a daily basis, and you don't even realize you're doing them for the most part.
Okay, great. What about you, Martin, William, Elisa, and the others? Do you feel the same as Luna? Do you bring some joyfulness in your daily routine? Do you, for example, have pets and play with them, or what are your secrets? Oh, I can hear a dog barking. So
Yeah, this is mine. Sorry.
yeah, so you have a dog?
Yeah, I usually work upstairs, and every time he sees me coming downstairs, he takes the ball.
Okay. I also have a playful cat too. I just saw a white paw under the door, and I have another one and behind me, just sleeping. He's sleeping because it's sunny. So my cat loves being under the sun rays. So yeah. So do you have animals too, William, Martin?
No, not
One thing.
really.
Sorry.
Sorry.
One thing that I would say is that pretty much every day I need to do exercise after I've been working. Obviously, when you're sat down at your office, it's quite bad for your circulatory system not to do any exercise afterwards. So I personally have to go jogging at least 3 or 4 times a week after work. And I find that really helps just to draw a line into my work. If I've had a stressful day, particularly then, I really appreciate being able to just run around and forget about my work and feel better. I feel that's definitely a good technique that is easy to use, really, unless it's like really cold or it's raining or something.
That's
So,
yeah,
yeah,
and like
I'd
exactly
recommend.
like moving your body in any way, like even dancing in your living room if you don't like
Yeah.
running, because I know a lot of us don't really like sport. But
Yeah, you don't have to be a professional athlete. You
of
can
course,
just
no.
do dancing if you want, or
Yeah,
just
move the energy, move your body.
exactly.
Yeah. We have Anna writing. I had 2 cats, but oh, I'm sorry for you, Anna. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great joy to have a cat, dog, animals all around the house. Some days ago on the chat group, we introduced our pets in the chat group, and we had lots of photos of cats, dogs, even birds and tortoises. So it's a real joy, and it helps us feel more relaxed. Well, not if they doing front like the two
Aww,
yeah
adorable.
yeah so I would like to ask to the others, Ludivine, for example. Ludivine, what are your secret techniques to be joyful at home?
Well, good question. Thank you, Marion, for asking. I do also have a cat, so this is quite useful because hearing the cat purring helps me a lot to relax. I really need to go outside and to have a walk often. So I try to do that at least once a day. But sometimes, with work, we don't always have the time with the curfew to go outside. But I really try to take 1 hour and walk outside. And I listen to a lot of music to relax too. I think that this is my main escape.
What kind of music?
Any kind. I think it depends on the mood.
Okay, so for example, you're listening to classic music if you need to focus, and rock music, for example, if you want things to be busier. In brackets,
In fact, it's quite accurate. Indeed.
Okay. Yeah. It's the same too for me. Except that it's metal music for me. So. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like to listen to like instrumental music if I'm working on editing or things like that, and the more like dancey, like disco or even rock things as well when I want to do some cooking or something, dance a little.
Yeah. Talking about music, do you practice an instrument, or do you sing, or
myself?
Yeah, myself. Yourself. Well, myself. Yourself. And
yeah. I do. I was put behind a piano at the age of 4, and I still practice it. Although I guess my level isn't as good as when I say that I started piano at 4, really, because I didn't really practice as much as I should have. But yeah, I do piano. I have my piano here with me. Usually it's the most bulky thing I take with me when I move flats or a country. And I do sing as well. Yes. But at the moment, we're not really having any classes or anything like that. But I like to, yes. What about you?
I sing too. I'm taking lyrical singing lessons
That's
for
cool.
5 to 6 years now. And it's a joy. And I'm lucky because my neighbors are not annoyed by my lesson because they love opera, they said so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm lucky about that. What about the others? For example, Sylvia, do you sing or practice an instrument?
No, I don't. I learned to play the flute and the guitar when I was a child. I had to. My mom said, you have to learn. But I have no talent at all. And I'd like to sing, but as I'm not able to, and I don't get the right tone level, so I don't sing. Just sometimes when I'm alone, nobody can listen to that. But it's better that I don't sing. I leave that to others. But I would like to be able to, because I think it's a great thing to be able to sing. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
You don't need to sing well as long as it feels good. You don't really need to sing on tune, you know. Maybe for the others, it might be a little bit not so great. But like you say, like if no one else is around and you want to sing, you should just sing.
Yeah, I do when I'm really alone. I do, but
or when
I'm very
you have
cautious about the result.
So the others can't hear you under the shower, so you can sing. Yeah, yeah. What about you, Martin? Do you sing or practice an instrument?
I play electric guitar.
Oh, great!
Wow.
The advantage is that you can put on a headphone, and no one hears you. You play as loud as you want to.
Yeah, that's great. Especially if you want to play at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. without disturbing the neighbors.
Exactly.
Exactly. What kind of music do you play? Do you do covers or do you compose your own music?
I'm not that good yet, but I try to play something between blues and funk.
Ah, great.
Wow, really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. Great. What about you, William?
Well, I play the flute, but it's quite antisocial because it's a loud instrument, and so I'm quite aware of my neighbours. So I don't play.
Okay.
So many musicians.
I play a lot, and I whistle and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I'm a musical person. I listen to music.
What about you, Elisa?
I love singing, but I'm not so talented. But I give my best performances when I'm driving in my car because I can pump up the volume and I can only hear the radio. Nobody hears me, but I can only hear the singers and not my voice.
Great. I see Anna is writing. Anna is Bristol too, so you can meet each other, William and Anna, once the pandemic is over. You were in a little online local singing group. Oh, great. Great. Yeah. We are all looking forward to go outside once it's over. So that's very interesting. Maybe we could create a group for community with the flute, with voices, with the electric guitar. So we could create some or
like a virtual band.
Yes, exactly. An international band, the International Community Band. What do you think?
That sounds good.
Yeah, definitely an idea to investigate. Okay, so we were talking about music, so we were talking about sports, so we were talking about yoga, pilots. Who is practicing yoga with Luna? Is anyone practicing yoga? Silence? No. Okay. What about pilots? Okay, other sports.
Pilates.
Pilates. Okay. Do you practice other sports inside or outside? Everyone.
Well, I've two horses. We have two horses, and we like to go for a ride. But we have no time because it's about 2 years that we keep them in near our house. So we have to do all the work with the horses, and there's no time to go for a ride. But it's anyway. Coming back to the other question, what do you do to relax? And for me, it's really relaxing. Also, cleaning the stable and cleaning, going outside and doing all these works. Because being on the computer all the day, it's fine anyway, even if it's not that nice work maybe, but you're outside, and if it's not raining, it's a good way to relax and just to be with the horses, and it's nice.
And the relation with horses too is really beautiful. It's really relaxing because you're communicating. You're like in unison with the horse.
Yeah, that's true. And you can, when you keep them near your house, you can watch them much more, and you don't go there just to go for a ride, but you have them all the day. And I'm looking outside of the window, and sometimes they are just here in front of the window. So it's nice to it's not like a dog, because a dog, you have another relationship to a dog, because the horse is not so. I mean, the horse will come to you if you have something to eat for him. Otherwise, they don't care. They just go on their way. A dog will always come to you and be with you. But anyway, it's nice to have horses. I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's also good just to watch them and to be around them.
Yeah, I think some of us who don't live in large cities, or some of us who have a little outside area to just go in the garden, work in the garden, and we're really fortunate.
Yeah, we also do a lot of gardening works, because it's very new for us, because we have this place for about 2 years now, and we are still learning how to treat them, how to grow vegetables and all these things. But it's a lot of work, but it's very very good kind of work. And in this lockdown time, I mean, we don't even sometimes we don't even think about lockdown or pandemic, because we have a lot to do here around the house.
I like what Elisa said about reducing the exposure to negativity, because if we watch the news all the time, every day, we would just be so depressed. So I think if we reduce our exposure to what they're wanting us to hear, that's a good idea.
Yeah, also very good point.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the media do want us to get into a panic and to believe everything they say, but I think it's wise to limit how much you listen to them.
Or filter from whom you're listening as well, because sometimes they really, like it's like their tabloids. They're trying to somehow addicted to it, and it works, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. So we were talking about sports. Personally, I practice a bit of elliptical trainer, but sometimes I'm lacking the will to do it. So, but I'm quite of a nerd, because I have the Wii, the Wii console game, and that's Just Dance. So I just dance. So
that's really nice. That's really good. It's really good.
I'm dancing sung by Mike Jackson.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, I'm not as good as Michael Jackson, but I'm doing my best.
That's great. I think it's nice to the things we want to do sometimes, and we like set a schedule to do them, and sometimes you go through phases of not wanting to do them, and it's completely okay. Sometimes we just also need to have nothing on our plate and have nothing planned, and I think this was a interesting period to really have nothing. We really have, the only thing we have is to be in the present moment, and we might be having to deal with the frustration that we can't plan ahead, and we have to destroy the plants that we had. And now we started a new year, and we are seeing that we wanted to plant things, and then we can't, and then we just have to come and look and see. And then some countries are opening again, and some others are closing, and then the other way around. So I think, it's quite nice to also give ourselves a break and use all these wonderful activities that we spoke of to, get some rest.
Yeah. I heard about cooking. So when we talk about health, we are thinking about healthy food. So do you have special recipes for healthy food, or do you eat what you want to eat? You don't have any forbidden food?
No, personally, I don't have any special diet. But I do think that we also fight pandemics with our immune system, and it starts there as well. So actually, recently I've been diving deep into the Ayurvedic health and foods, because this is like a years and thousands of years old science that works, and it's based on your digestion. So you only eat the foods that your body is able to metabolize really like in a way to disturb the less your system, basically. And it's super interesting. It's very, very good. It's full of resources, and it's not like a whim, like we had this like eat only superfoods and then be vegan, and all of these things are quite new, and all these types of new diets, the keto diet and this and that. Also, I think for me anyway, they sort of like feel like like on a whim, like all like fashions and trends. And I wanted to trust something more traditional in the sense that it's been proven and tested for thousands of years, and I really, really like it. And it's really easy to implement, and you can even only eat Ayurvedic food. So it's basically it's Indian wisdom. So it's with a lot of Indian spices that you cook, and this really aids your digestion, and you feel so great after that. I did like a cleanse with it a few times, and the benefits are really, really great for your skin, for everything, your mind. So this is what I'm doing at the moment. So maybe I can share some recipes as well if you're interested.
Yeah, sure.
But most I would say mostly like try to eat a lot of green things.
Yeah.
Don't rely too much on caffeine either. That's another one, because I think, I'm not sure about France and other countries, but in the UK we have an awful lot of coffee and tea, and I think too much. So, and it's actually a false crutch, because the more you have, the tighter you actually feel. When you come off the high, you go into a low, and you can't concentrate as well. So I think if all of us can drink less, we might be happier.
All of us have a huge addiction to caffeine.
Caffeine or tea, also sodas or
chocolate.
Yeah. And it's going to be Easter this weekend, so I think there's going to be an overdose of chocolate. Yeah. So, what about you? What about you, the others? What about you, Martin? Do you have a specific diet, or do you have something special when you're feeling down?
Nah. Well, when I'm feeling down, I tend to eat too much sugar, and I try to stay away from that. In general, I try to limit the number of carbohydrates and fat, and eat a lot of vegetables and fruit. I think as a rule of thumb, that's pretty safe.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no, I don't have a special diet. No, not really.
Yeah, but as long as you're feeling good, that's not a problem. So
that's the main thing, of course.
Yeah, it's curious to see that we all have our own diets, our own ways of eating food, and as long as we are fine with it, as we are not feeling sick, it's completely fine. For example, Elisa, what do you do special, especially?
I'm Italian, so when you talk about me about a diet, I start thinking about lasagna and pizza, and so it's moreover, I have two children. I have two teenagers at home, and when you talk to them about vegetables, fruits, okay, they eat them, except for the boy. He doesn't want to see vegetables or things like that on the table. I have to force him. He would eat pasta the whole time. So it's really difficult to conciliate and put all the different tastes together. So I just try to always offer something for everybody. And sometimes I succeed, sometimes I don't. So if they don't like what is on the table, they can have a diet till the next day. No, I'm not so. I was joking, no, but
Chiara agrees with you. Yeah, definitely. What about the others? Okay, Chiara, let's see with you, Chiara. Do you feel the same as Elisa?
Yeah, my diet has actually been quite bad since the pandemic started. I really like comfort food, and I try not to overthink too much and just do what feels good, actually.
Yeah, I think this is also quite good. Like we tend to fight ourselves quite a lot and tell, the guilt actually is like really, it's not very good for you. So you enjoy the delicious stuff, and then when you have energy anyway, you'll sort it out. So no problem.
Yeah.
I think if you forbid any kind of food, you'll want to have it, you'll crave it. So never forbid a food.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah. For me, as I'm French, it's cheese, of course.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Yeah, very hard.
But I tend, when I want to feel better, I tend to reduce the amount of carbohydrates and cheese and have some vegan options aside, because some of my friends are vegetarian or vegan, and I realized that there are alternatives that are really amazing in texture, in taste, and they are lighter. They're good alternatives when you want to feel better. So it's just it's also because I want to be more open-minded about food, about other ways of eating. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, actually, most of what I eat as well is plant-based. Even though I don't, say I'm this or that, but there are so many really amazing alternatives, and yeah, just making your own things as well, like DIY, such as like even like gluten-free pancakes and pasta. There are all of these alternatives out there, and they don't make you feel as bloated as if you use gluten, and sometimes they're better for the environment, and there are so many alternatives we can try.
Yeah, and
I think the best way is to mix. So we have so many ingredients. So I also have the no meat days, or the pizza day, or I try to mix so that everybody gets something acceptable. So mixture is, I think, the key in all of this.
Yeah, so we don't get bored, and yeah,
and sharing with people too, because it's friendly to cook for your beloved ones, for your friends if you're living with them. So it's very therapeutic. I would even say that it's therapeutic.
Absolutely, yeah. We are what we eat, so yeah, that's the basics of Ayurveda as well. It's like what you will eat, and if it has like life power, then it will feed you with really very nice stuff, and you can see it on the outside as well.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Then we have a last question before doing the icebreaker. So we are all practicing home office, whether since always or since the pandemic. But do you go to co-working spaces sometimes?
So before the pandemics, I used to vary between co-working spaces and working in cafes, and then the home office. But it's true that I made my office a little bit more comfortable since the pandemics. And also, as you start, investing in your business as well, your office just becomes better and better ergonomics. So it's quite hard to relocate after a while. But I really love to do sometimes, for example, if I have to do content marketing, writing for myself, or building something or doing admin tasks, then I just take my computer and go to a cafe or something like that, and I feel like I'm much more productive. But obviously, when coffee shops are open.
I miss going to cafes, not only for working, but have to share coffee, tea, or iced coffee with friends. So I really.
Oh yeah, I would kill to have that right now for sure. But it's closed here, so.
Yeah, it's the same for you. Do you go to co-working spaces, Martin?
No. I only work at home.
Okay, but are there co-working spaces? Are there lots of co-working spaces in Amsterdam?
They do exist, I know that, but
okay.
No need for that. I've made sure that the situation I'm in is ergonomically correct, and I feel fine working in a safe, well-known environment. So I'm really at home, literally and figuratively.
Yeah,
lovely.
Lonely, but in quiet place to focus on your work. So
exactly.
Exactly. What about you, William?
I never go to any public places to work because I work from a desktop, so that isn't mobile. I occasionally use a laptop in my parents' house, for example, if I'm visiting there, but most of the time I work in the same place in my home.
Okay. What about you, Elisa?
I work at home, and my house used to be a very peaceful place till the pandemics, because now we are 3 at home, 2 homeschool teenagers and me, and I live in the country, and you can imagine I have no fixed ADSL, so I've got now an antenna which I bought 2 years ago, maybe thinking a pandemic would have come. And sometimes we do have connection problems, and those days are really I go mad because I have to work, they have to attend lessons, and everybody gets problems. And okay, so it's not the quiet place it used to be. But okay, I can cope with the situation. I think I will survive.
I have the same problem. I don't have children, but I have cats laying and running all around the apartment, sometimes loudly. So it's not the ideal condition to work sometimes, but I get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So great. So now we're going to play a little game. So we're going to start answering questions for being grateful about life. So I'm going to share a link in the discussion window, and you just have to click on it. So here it comes. Yeah, you just have to click on it.
On what? Sorry.
You just have to click on the link I put on the window discussion. You have an icon at the right upper side of the screen with a speech bubble. Can you see it?
Okay.
Can you see it? Martin, can you see it?
No.
Okay. Okay. How can I? Does someone else see the link in the conversation window?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So does everyone except Martin has the link?
Martin, I think you have to click the bubble which appears on the screen when you move your mouse on the video. You see the telephone and then the list of the participants and then a bubble. And if you click there, you see the conversation.
The chat. Okay. Yeah, I see it now. I see it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to share with Microsoft Teams. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. I don't know how to share my screen yet. What is the name of your dog, Alisa?
Pablo.
Pablo.
Like Picasso. He's seeing tractors outside the house, so he.
That's really cute. Pablo Picasso. So what color is he?
White and black.
White and black. Okay. So I have a problem because I don't know where to share the screen. So anyway, you got the interface for the questions.
It's next to your microphone, no? You have the little a square with an arrow pointing up, and I think you can click on this.
Oh yeah, right.
On your main command.
Oh right. Thank you very much. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, so there are going to be questions. So all you have to do is clicking on buttons or writing, and I can see answers on the interface. So I see someone has put an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has everyone answered?
Yeah.
Oh.
So everyone feels like 4. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
No, why? Oops. Wait. Oh, right. I got that now.
Okay. Next question.
Okay, so we have 3 people feeling a bit down, 3 stars. Oh, that's okay. It's okay to be tired, especially at the end of the week. 4 stars. So next time, no more 3s, but only 4s or 5s. Okay.
No, it's okay to feel bad as well. It's completely okay.
You must feel happy.
No, you don't.
Okay. Now you have to write. So the question is, what are 3 things you are grateful for?
Okay.
I can't wait to see the answers. My cat. Okay, my cat too. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Well, I love your answers. That's great. Family, place where I live, freedom. My family was mostly sick during pandemic. Right, it's very important. Yeah. Delicious food, pets, spring, my cat. Yeah, my cats too. New season, yeah, springtime. A weekend of work, good food, spring coming, vaccinations. Yeah, we are waiting for vaccinations. My parents just got vaccinated. Great. health, my family, working situation. Yeah, we are mostly grateful for having our family safe and healthy, health, enjoying good food, and being off work. So I totally agree with you. Then, next question. So amazing things that happened today. Do Amazon packages. Yeah, if it's amazing for you, yeah, you can. For me, an amazing thing that happened today is to have guests for the roundtable, and Luna was hosting the roundtable.
This is great.
I'm completely grateful for you. I could manage cleaning the house, jogging, roundtable, taxi duty with children, chicken walk, famous TikTok pasta. Oh, if you have the recipe for the TikTok pasta, you can put it on the Facebook chat group.
I shall.
Okay. Did yoga? Yeah, amazing thing. And I enjoyed a Vietnamese food. That was really really good. Okay, so I
Closer
think
to buying a house. That is really cool.
yeah, that's really cool. Buying a house with a garden.
I don't know
I'm
who
not sure
answered
yet.
it.
I'm the one who said that.
Ah.
Not decided.
Hopefully.
Okay, great. Then next question. One present I made myself today.
This one is better to be prepared for it because sometimes we just forget.
Oh yeah. Well, if you remember, you can ask. Oh well, you can answer.
Yeah, it's something I strive to do every day, but once you're not in the, you don't remember to do it actually.
Yeah.
But I think this is quite good.
10 plants. Nice. Were they flowers or bonsais or green plants?
It is 2 berries, and the other ones are just flowers. So to bring some spring in the garden.
Yes, I love these answers.
Elaine, yeah, that's a nice present for today.
I don't know if you can see them.
We can see them.
Yeah, daffodils. Yeah, I like daffodils too. Not stressing too much about work as it is Easter. Yeah. And today I received a chocolate egg, a stuffed chocolate egg from my boyfriend. So that's a nice present. Well, I didn't make myself this present, but it was nice.
Very nice.
And there's one last question. What I took today that takes me closer to my goal?
I feel like every time I answer is I did yoga.
Yeah, but that way you're getting to that state of mindfulness and yeah, namaste.
Namaste. Good question.
Yeah.
I don't think we always have to do anything to reach a goal. We can just relax a bit and then realize that the goal is coming nearer. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I think because I didn't work today.
Yeah, it counts too.
Yeah, these are just like a set of some questions, and sometimes you resonate with them, sometimes you don't. But it doesn't, like, if it like stresses you out more than it helps, then it's definitely not for you.
Very likely there was not much progress. Oh, not today, but later. I'm sure it will. There will be much progress. My work as it takes me closer to being fitter again after a long winter. Yeah, exactly. I won't till Tuesday. Yeah. Your goal is being more relaxed, closer to my goal, showing more with my community. Oh, nice. Nice. It's lovely. It's taken.
Also, yeah, one step. I didn't work and I won't till Tuesday. This is great. You can also have like personal goals or house goals or family goals or holiday goals, or doesn't have to be work.
Yeah. Okay. So it's great.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Now the game is over, so I'm going to end screen sharing, and as it's the end of the roundtable, there are other things we would like to tell you, especially Luna. So as Luna said at the beginning, if you want the her ebook, we were going to share the link in the conversation window. And if you want to do a gratitude challenge too, we can put that on community. I'll let you talk about that, Luna.
Yeah, I had this idea because I saw your when we discussed about this meeting, we talked about this gratitude journaling thing, and I realized I was completely, off my off my practice. So I had this idea to maybe between us or whoever wants to join to create a 21-day gratitude challenge. So the idea would be to on the Acolad community Facebook group, I would post something every day about, related to gratitude, and then and then you would just comment on it. And then I was thinking that it would be quite nice because then afterwards you can reread them, and even if you're like feeling down, you can read about all these wonderful things that all this positivity that people are bringing up, and not the negative circle of doom. So I was thinking that. So if you're interested, then I'm super happy to animate it for 21 days. If you skip one day, it's no problem. Like I said, it's just no pressure, no judgment. So join if you want, and would be super happy to have you.
Thank you very much, Luna. And talking about Circle, you told me that you had the Translators Creative Writing Circle, right?
Yes, so this is my other quite really interesting project, and I'm really happy to be with this community, the Acolad community, because I don't feel like we're probably not in the same Facebook groups because I've never really seen your names, but connect with me. Well, yeah, first of all, I decided to start this Translators Creative Writing Circle because I realized that a lot of us really love to write and to read, and we love this activity, but we never really do it for fun anymore, do we? We do it for work all the time. So I myself took part in a creative writing workshop, and I really loved it, and I decided to implement it to the Translators community. So it happens once a month. It's 2 hours online, and we have a theme for the evening. So for example, the last session we had, the theme was color. And we had a few prompts. So for example, we had to write 20 minutes about 2 characters being attracted to something of color. So this can be varied. It changes every month, and we will have a meeting like that every month. So we'd be also super happy to have you. And I will also share the link of it in the chat box right now. And you can connect with me anytime on Facebook, because I don't really use LinkedIn for networking with colleagues. I use it mostly for clients. So if you want to reach out or tell me or ask me any questions about the ebook, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. This is my full name. And add me as a friend, and then I can add you to the Facebook group, and we can have these nice sessions together.
Great, brilliant. Thank you very much, Luna. Well, this is unfortunately the end of the roundtable, but it was an exciting and great roundtable. I loved discussing with you, and I've seen faces that I met before in live roundtables and meetups like you, Alyssa. So thank you very much, everyone, for showing up to roundtables. It was really nice to hear from you. There will be other roundtables, but I will communicate about them in a chat group, by newsletter, by mailings, and I hope to see you again very soon.
Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Bye.
Thank you for organizing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And have a happy weekend. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
You too, and thank you for organizing.
You're very welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Ciao.
Happy Easter. Bye bye.